Right, so so the first thing it says, disassemble. Oh, okay, so you have to take this bit apart.
What do I mean unpack? Is it in Chinese?
No, I think it actually says it's sort of got this thing coming into bits.
That's how you can put the standoffs in.
Yeah, must be.
So what are you planning on doing with this then, Kevin?
I'm planning to try running some AI stuff on it.
Oh.
But in order to do that, there's a couple of, there's one extra thing I need to buy, which is there's an NVMe AI gadget as well. So that's come apart into two bits.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Especially you don't have any arms. No fingers available.
There we go. So we've disassembled the case, and then so that it's step number 2. It says we want M2.5 by 8 standoffs. So presumably we'll find those in one of these little bags here. Oh, here we go. M2.5 by 8 standoffs.
So they just screw in.
Oh, yeah.
You see the metal
So-
case, you see the board, it lifts it up just a bit.
And you need M2.5 by 4 screws. So we've got some of those as well.
So that's a screw down the board.
So it's all these bits are equivalent size to the Raspberry Pi, I think, compared with normal computer screws. So we're going to put, looks like we're putting 3 of those in, and if I orient that around, it's going to be something like there. And the next one's about there. Oh, yeah, it's all quite fiddly.
I've got small fingers.
Do you want to stand in the handle?
Right there, I can help you. It's a bit too big.
I'll persevere because I want to see how easy it is to do. But yeah, when I worked in Motorola's factory at Viables, I remember they mostly used to hire ladies to do the assembly because they could get their fingers into the small spaces that we designed as audio designers.
Show that to them.
Yeah, so we've got our first 3 standoffs in on plate A, and then now there's some more M2.5 by 5 standoffs. So I can put that other one back, I think. Yeah, I think so. You can see here is this. I think this is where this extension board is going to go. There's another extension board. That board, I think.
They go underneath the pie.
Well, I think the other ones, the next lot, go underneath the Pi.
Yeah.
By the looks of it. So they're M2.5 by 5. So that's this size of standoff. I'm glad they've labelled these things. It would be a complete nightmare if they hadn't. I seem to only have 3 of those. 2.5
Sometimes
by
instructions you
4.
are sort of looking at bits and going, which screw is this?
That says 3 pieces, but
Oh, maybe.
oh, hang on. There's two of them get used, and then there's two M2.5 by 6s. Oh gosh, this is more complicated than I expected.
I think you should probably put those in before you put get the 6s out.
I imagine it says what order you should put them.
Sorry, what was that?
I imagine it says the order you're supposed to put them.
Well, it just these are all on the same on the
Right,
same bit.
Same bit.
I think Steve was just worried that I'd get them mixed up and put them in the wrong holes, which is always a possibility. So by the 6s, no, the 5s go in first. So yeah, it's a relatively complicated thing. So what I don't want to do is bore everyone by spending all evening going through these things. So I'll do a little bit of the construction here, and then I'll open up all the bags and show you what all the bits are, I think, so that you get to see what it's going to do.
We can get a follow-up talk on how you're using AI from a Raspberry Pi 5.
If it all works, yes. I need some more of these bits. Before, just checking I've got the right screws here.
M2.5 is an interesting choice, isn't it? Rather than go for M2 or M3.
Yeah.
So those are the case, yeah, those two are the case screws.
Yeah. Well, they seem to be the same size. I would say they're the same as the size of the original screws I took out. So it's interesting that these two, one end of the Raspberry Pi, are slightly longer than the other end of the Raspberry Pi.
So bits can flow down.
Well, it could be.
So does the SSD plug into a PCB?
Yes. So that gets me to a point where I have done step 3, and step 4 is then talking about the Raspberry Pi. So that's this other bit. Where did that go? I saw it earlier. That's that one. Oh, thank you. Have to tear the bag. So that's this thing that I described earlier. It looks like it goes into the slot there on the Raspberry Pi where you would normally put the... now I see why the...
Why is it 1 millimetre longer at one?
Yeah, because those things go over that hole.
Yeah.
And that obviously extends the Raspberry Pi so that it comes out the case at the back. So presumably it goes in that way round. Let's see. Okay.
With a 5mm.
Yeah, that's the longer side. Yes, so that it will then meet up with the plastic bit at the end there. Or no, or perhaps that bit. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see in a minute. We'll see soon enough, I guess. So that's the MicroSD Extender. That makes sense. And then we've got a USB HDMI adapter, which is this gadget. So this is the gadget that takes the sideways, you know, on the Raspberry Pi we've got our various connectors, USB connectors and the HDMI connectors sticking out there, and then we've got this. Okay, so that bit goes that way around. Yeah, okay. Oh, that makes more sense. Yes, but that bit goes in there. Does it say put it in? Oh, okay, but it says there's a battery to go in as well. Is the battery in there? No.
Those little button cells that came out earlier, I think.
Yeah. There it is.
Battery for an internal clock or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so if it's not connected to Ethernet, then you need some sort of clock.
Well, yeah. So what's it say here? So it's basically saying plug the thing in and then put the battery in. Let's plug it in first. So this I've seen people do similar things with other tools. It's a little bit tricky
You need to screw down one end.
because it's quite
That
tight.
redirects the mini HDMI, well, micro HDMI ports
Plugging into
to the
the
back,
ports
so you
on
can
the
plug your
side.
monitor in.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
'Cause that's
Yeah,
the
so-
tiny ones.
it is very stiff actually.
Oh, I see. Yes, it puts everything at the back. Yes, it's so you'll plug it into the certain connectors.
Oh,
and
it's
then the
going-
connectors at
it's
the
gone
back
in
of
now.
the other.
Yeah. So basically, on the side of the Raspberry Pi, you've got
Yes,
these connectors,
those three there. And it's
and what it's done is it's now brought them out as full-size HDMI connectors.
Can you get
So-
it in the camera?
you look at the screen
do it
there,
for
you
that
can see
camera.
what you're.
Do it for that camera. Do it for that camera.
Right. Done it for all the cameras. Now you need to put the battery in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that fit. I can see how that fits now over there. So let's get the battery out of its packet. I'm going to end up with a lot of very small packets here. See that?
Let's hope they're all empty when you finish.
So
This would be like the IKEA thing where you end up with 3 screws.
So yes, so the battery fits in perfectly all right. And now I can see why all these different standoffs were different heights, because they're all slightly. It all fits nicely over there. I won't screw them in yet though, because it hasn't told me to do that. But now it's saying look for the 4-pin header. So where is the 4-pin header? Looks like it might be in one of these things. Is it that one? Not that one. None of those look like a 4-pin header. I cannot see a 4-pin header. Just wondering. No. No. Put the empty bags to one side. Can you see it? Oh, yes, there it is. Okay, thank you. I told Steve it would have to be an interactive session.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it? You can't see Philippian when you get.
Well, that's it. I was expecting it to be longer actually. I thought that would just been sort of cut off, but obviously not. So this goes in. Has it got a particular orientation? Doesn't seem to have. Looks like it can go any way around. So that goes on there, and then there's another little cable that goes from here to here, which is 2-pin wire, so that must be one of these in here. Presumably it's a short one. That's 2-pin one. Let's see. That's 2-pin one. So that goes in there, and then it goes, loops over onto that. Oops. I think this is where I need my extra pair of glasses. Okay, that's the right way around. Pardon? They do when you've got them on top of your ordinary glasses.
What do they do?
Here we go. So there's this
Power link, presumably.
power. Yeah. Well, it does say there real-time clock, or RTC. So I think this is that's what the battery's for. It's to drive the real-time clock. So so basically, it will keep the clock running when the power's off. And next bit is it says FPC, which must be one of these things. They seem to have two. Are they exactly the same? They look the same. So this is on this connector here. These connectors have a sort of flip action. I've seen them before on a Raspberry Pi, and I can't remember which way you flip them. That's the only problem. Oh yeah, I think it's that way. Yeah, so you have to sort of pull them up very slightly, and then you can push the cable in. But this is the one I needed to do it on. And the question is, which way does it go? So the black bit has to be to the outside. So the flat cable goes in, and then you push it down. And that's marked FPC. Anyone know what FPC stands for?
No.
So following the unboxing, we got so far with constructing putting the boards together. I'm going to continue now with the next step, which is to start to put this all in the box. So this is step 10 on the sheet, and I'm going to take some of these out. I need 4 of them. Seems to be 5 in the packet. I've got a feeling there's spares of everything, because I can't see where all these things would get used otherwise. So we can put this in the box. And put these longer standoffs in. That's interesting.
So how many standoffs have you got here?
There's 4. I'm just trying to check whether I'm going the right holes. They're obviously, that one goes in that hole, but it looks to me like actually the next one goes into a slightly different hole. Into that hole.
So these holes are tapped, are they? Or have-
Yeah,
They're on the
they're
standoffs.
into the other standoff.
Yes, that's what I expect.
Remember, we had the 5mm and the 6mm standoffs because of the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
I think that one goes in there as well. I know. No,
Did you bring your strong glasses?
it's not the glasses. It's the board's slightly out of alignment. Anyway, got that one in, and that one.
So this is attaching one half of the Raspberry Pi, but the main thing is on the daughter board rather than.
Well, there are 2 standoffs on the one side of the Raspberry Pi,
Yeah,
and 2 on the daughter board. But then there's some other little screws that have to go in, M.2 5x4s, that have to go. This one's a bit awkward to put in because that gadget for extending the adapter is. So M.2 5x4s. These little ones.
Oh, these are just screwed in rather than being standoffs for the boards above.
Yeah.
Right by
Yeah.
hand.
That's interesting. How many are there? There's 3 of them. Yeah. So that's the Raspberry Pi's now firmly attached, as is the this extension board that extends the connectors and provides the battery for the real-time clock.
Oh, the standoffs underneath the daughter board.
What's that, sorry?
Underneath.
Underneath the daughter board, there are standoffs, are there?
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
they were the things I put in
Yeah.
on the very beginning.
Okay.
So there's standoffs, 2 different heights of standoff.
Yeah.
3 different heights of standoff because there's 2 different heights under the Pi and a different height under the daughter board.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you remembered. I forgot that. Right, so now is where I would apparently put the camera flat cable in, but I didn't bring my camera with me, so I'll have to do that later. I'm just hoping it's not going to be a major problem later on, but I might have to take everything apart again. We'll see. So the next step is to put in these, and step 11 is to put these pads on the various components on the Raspberry Pi for heat dissipation or transfer.
So they're silicon pads.
No,
I don't know what they're made of actually.
You got 3 of them, yeah.
Yeah. and they're all different
They're all
sizes.
different sizes.
So hopefully we'll work out which ones go where. So I guess the big one goes on the processor, on that bit there.
They got peel off sticky stuff.
Looks like it. They're a little bit fiddly.
There was our.
I wonder if I think it's easier to stick it on and then peel the other
Then
side.
peel the top one off. Sometimes. You're less likely to crunch it up into a tiny ball if you do it that way. As well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Might be completely wrong, but there you go. Oh no, it's come off now. And then the next one,
Just wondering if that'll help you with the.
it might do. Maybe I do need my other glasses.
Or mine.
It's alright, I've got them in my pocket.
Mine are better. They really are.
I don't think I could actually use yours. So this one goes does seem to be in a slightly different orientation too. Yes. So this one seems to fit over this whole collection of stuff there. Not quite got it in the right place. Is that right? I would have thought they'd go on those things, but there you go. And then this one, this smaller one, goes on that little.
And the heat sinks go on top of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you need to check the heat, how the heat sinks look.
The picture's actually fairly clear that it is in that weird position.
Yeah. It's just, I'm thinking now my other Raspberry Pi, I might have put them all in the wrong place. So those are those things, and then we get to put the heatsink on.
Just here.
So I'm just,
Is there only one heat sink?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it has a fan on it,
Oh, yeah.
so you end up with 3 fans.
Gosh.
Let's hope it's not noisy.
Probably find one of them is.
So and the orientation is like that. Okay. And this is where you have this horrible thing where they push down and click in.
So you're never getting that off ever again.
I believe it is feasible to get it off, but I'm not quite sure how. I think you basically have to unscrew the board from the thing and then extract it. Right, so that's step 12, the tower cooler, but there's a little connector to put in,
There's a wire.
which goes sort of over here somewhere. Oh yes, so this little bit, you have to take the lid off this bit. I can work out how to get it off. There we go. That small, very small, hardly easy to see bit comes out, and then the adapter goes in.
The right way round.
There is a right way round, and it's possible to see it if I wasn't wearing these glasses, I think I would have had a problem. And once again, it's a bit fiddly because it's down in an awkward spot. And that must be it. Oh yes, I can see how it is going to be a bit awkward to get the camera thing in there. And I'll just remove these little sticky things, or they'll be turning up in the washing machine then. Right, so that's step 12 finished. So step 13, we finished step 13 as well, which is to push the things into place. Step 14 is this insulation piece. It looks like this bit. So this goes on the side of the heatsink. I presume it's to stop it touching something important. Which side? Oh yeah, that side. You take the protector off and put it on the side there. Oop. Right. Step 15. Power switch converter. I've seen that somewhere. Where was it? I think it's this. No, it's not that thing. It's that thing. Okay. This is one of those bags that's reluctant to open. Okay, so this is the power switch converter, which is a little board with a couple of long pins on it, and they presumably go somewhere important. But I
That's
cannot
on the long standoffs at the back here.
Yeah. Ah, okay, I can see it now. Those go into that. There's a couple of holes there that they sit in, and they're like they've got springs on them to make sure they're in the right place. And then there's a couple of M.2, some of these small screws again. So, in a bag of the M.2 5x4 screws. Yes, this is fiddlier than it looks. So I don't know whether we can sort of show that on the camera. It's a bit blurry, that camera, isn't it?
It's more towards me, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and it's quite dark, the
Going
camera. So,
vertically, yeah.
so down in there on the board, there's a couple of little holes which these pins on this bit have to go into, and they're sprung loaded. So when you're screwing it in, you have to get them in the right, in the right place, which my first attempt failed.
I would suggest, should you put the screws into the holes before you lower it down? You did
Yeah.
that on one side, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Done it on one side. I didn't want to do it on the other because I thought it would fall out. There you go.
Got a magnetic screwdriver.
I'm not sure if it's magnetic or not, but yes. So that is now in the right place. Whether you can see that or not, I don't know.
Yeah. You need to tilt it a bit.
Tilt it. Which
That way,
one?
that way, that way.
No.
There you go.
So, yeah. It's definitely awkward, that bit. I wonder if I should take a picture of that with my mobile phone, because that might,
That's a better way to do it, isn't it?
yeah.
Take a picture and
They're sort of hidden there behind the. Move back to improve the focus. It's not working. Doesn't like it for some reason.
Too close.
Hang on. Let's do a zoom in and do it from further away.
there you go.
I can just see that they're in the right place. But that was fiddlier than I expected. So step 16 is now to add the NVMe PIP board. Not quite sure what PIP stands for, but so this is the NVMe PIP board, and it connects first of all to this flat cable that's here. So how does that go in? Looks like it goes in from that angle. So the black bit is upwards, but we have to do the same thing. We have to lift this little gadget up first and then insert it, and then drop it down again, and now it's firmly in place. So that's step 16, and then we have to mount this board, and it mounts over here
On those four extenders.
on those two extenders,
Oh, right.
but it has to go onto the power extenders as well. So that's another fiddly bit that has to go in. I'm just going to photograph that as well, just so we can. So you can see that those four things have to go into that little connector on the bottom of that board, and then there's 3 of these small screws go in. I'm going to put the one that's over the power extender board, the power switch converter board I should say, first, because that seems to be where it needs a bit of help.
So what does the power switch converter board do?
Brings the power out so that you can plug the on-off switch. Remember we got the
Right,
clever
yeah, that
on-off
makes sense,
switch,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that you can turn it on and off with the external on-off switch
rather than unplugging the Raspberry Pi, which is the normal technique.
true. So we haven't put the batteries in yet.
The real-time clock battery's in there,
It is, right.
but the
in a position that you now can't get
Yeah,
in
you-
any way, shape or form.
Absolutely.
yeah, we're now well away from that. Okay, so that's the NVMe PIP board in place, step 17 and 18, and we're now going on to a
We're going to get onto the fold.
yes. So we've got the optional Halo AI accelerator module, and then the optional SSDs. So for my own peace of mind, I'm going to put in one of the optional SSDs, and I'm going to use your knife again, Steve. So this,
You're just going to put that one in, or you're going to
I'm going to just put one in for the time being, because my intention is to buy one of these other boards when I've got a bit of money after Christmas. So
so that's the one with the OS on it.
this is the Raspberry Pi board SSD, the 1 terabyte SSD with the Raspberry Pi operating system already installed, I believe.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So where does that go? Which way round? Which is the best place to put this, I wonder. So it sort of says it kind of indicates that SSD 1 goes near this metal side of the case, and the Halo board, if you're putting it in, should go in the other one. So I'm going to put it in that side of the case,
The one right next to the
right
side.
next to the side of the case, yeah. And yeah, that's gone in all right. And then you need an M.2 5x4
To secure it.
to secure it, which seems to be the main thing that does everything. But actually, no, that doesn't quite work. Oh, you need a standoff, 2 5x4 plus 4 standoff.
So there's only one standoff.
Yeah, because you only attach these
Slotted in
these
at
things
that end,
Oh, I
at
see,
one
yeah.
end.
the other end.
The other end's held perfectly by the connector.
Yeah,
It's the same on a PC as well.
yeah. I know what you mean.
Oh, no, that is interesting because you can't
I think I have to take that out again and
put it in first.
put that in first
Yeah.
in the right place. And then I can put this in. And that has to go in at an angle, so it's at a sort of angle
Yeah.
when you first put it into the connector, and then you press it down and put the screw into. Oh, already got the screw there. I'm waiting on the other screwdriver.
You want to take a picture of that?
So there's the operating system Raspberry Pi in place, and later on I'll add the AI Halo AI board,
Right.
or depending on what I decide, maybe this CEX again. That if that was going in, it would go in at an angle
Yeah.
like that.
Do you have to put the standoff at the back?
Yeah, and I would have to put the stand up. I won't do that yet, but that might be the end of configuration I end up using it in. I haven't decided.
You don't know whether the CX board works.
I don't actually, but I haven't had problems with them in the past,
Yeah.
so that can go away. And right, so then we're going to put the fans in. So we'll put that to one side, get to our set of fans. And the thing I know about fans is you have to get them the right way around.
Yeah. Where are the leads coming out?
They're coming out that way. So the question, the thing they don't tell you here is whether we're
Sucking
going
it
for
back.
positive or negative pressure.
Yeah.
Surely you're going for negative pressure.
Well, I know I like positive pressure because the dust doesn't come in then.
Oh, true.
But what I did notice when I looked at someone else's effort was that it's a good idea to have the leads in the middle,
Right.
because otherwise they don't reach where they've got to go. So I think something like that is going to be what we need. But let's see. And then the screws for this look like they're going to be slightly larger. They're M35 by 10, so I think there's another little packet of screws here. Yeah, here we go. So these are which this biggest screwdriver is set for. So.
Four screws in each fan.
Yeah. They're not going to fall out easily or anything, that's for sure.
So they're not vibration constraints.
There's no rubber things on them, but I don't know what the likelihood of them being vibrated out is. It seems a little unlikely, but you never know. This thing might bounce around on the desk, who knows? It's interesting, that one doesn't seem to go in very well. think the thread on that's a bit small. It's a bit odd. Okay, so that's the fans installed. That's step 19. And then if I was putting the camera module in, now I would be feeding the flat cable through the hole, which unfortunately I'm going to have to leave till later.
So you're actually going to put it in, are you?
Yes, I've got camera at home, but I didn't want to
Okay.
bring it and. I've got 2 cameras at home. I'm trying to decide which one to use or whether to put both of them in. So the next thing to do is we put the I/O expander board in, which is now what step number are we on? Step 20. Oh, hang on, no.
No, you
20.
You plug
Step
the fans
20.
into the I/O extender and then you plug
Yeah.
the I/O extender in.
Yeah. So yes, so there's the connectors for the I/O extender. There we go.
Now you need to bring the 2 parts together so you can plug the I/O extender into the eye.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. So that is supposed to sit like in that position, I think.
Is it not held down?
It's going to be inserted into the pins on the pie
Yeah,
to hold it up.
yeah. So this is step 21. I can see now why that
The insulator.
insulator's in there, because they're quite close to each other. They don't actually touch, but
They certainly don't touch if the insulator's in place.
no, exactly.
Oh, beg your pardon.
What happened?
I leant on the computer. I apologise, I just leant on the computer.
So that's the I/O expander board, and then step 22 is to add the little screen. So in here we've got our little screen that gets connected up, which presumably is onto the I/O extender board. Is it? Where is it? Where does it go? It is on the I/O extender board. It's in that. I would have thought it would have been better to have done that earlier, but there you go. So here we go. Lift that thing up again, and the black bit goes to the outside of the thing. Put that in place, close that off, and that gives us the connector for the screen, which then goes on this bit here. This is starting to look very dodgy.
It's just getting stuck down.
I think I took the wrong bit off there. Probably should have left that other bit on. Yeah, so that gets stuck down. I want to try and make sure it's on square. I'm going to put the
Screen
protective
protector back on.
cover back on it.
Would that screen be replaced by the 7-inch one?
No.
No, it's got a different purpose. 7-inch one is a proper display, and this one is
Just a
designed to
status
show
indicator.
like status.
Oh, it's status, right, yeah.
So it will show you
Just a code.
how much memory is being used and things like that.
Yeah.
And now you need to slide the two bits together so that the
Yeah.
and then all the ports appear in the right places on the back.
Yeah. That's definitely dodgy. How does that work?
And then you'll have some
There we go.
2.5 by 4s to screw in.
Yeah, the ones I originally took out. Here we are. It's starting to look a bit like a computer now with the ports all on display with the fans in the back.
So you've got a couple more of those.
I think there are
on
some
that side.
some on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's 4 here. Let's just check if it. Oh, we are supposed to do them all. Yes.
Okay.
So that's all the screws. The case feels nice and firm now. Okay. So now we're on step. That was the end of step 23. We're about to go on to step 24. And step 24 is where we start to remove the like protective paper from these other sides of the box. And I did have a look at this earlier when the box was first opened, and I thought, I wonder if I can get that off. I think the answer is it does need the knife. In fact, it needs something other than the knife, I think. I'm going to use my nails because I think the knife might damage the perspex. Yeah, so that's one side done. It's definitely fiddly. So
Further this way, yeah. There you go.
just trying to so you can see
Wording.
the words. Anyway,
You need power.
yeah. So that's one of them. Let's do the other one as well. I think you might need to edit this bit. Yeah.
This doesn't have any words on it, so.
Oh, it's got those. It's got
Oh.
the decoding of the. And as I suspected, there's a lot of ground pins, and all the D's in ground and the G's in ground seem that have left the paper behind. So I'm not quite sure what you have to do with that. I think you need to attack it with a pin later. This side's probably not quite so awkward.
So I was assuming that one of these would be transparent.
Yeah.
This is slightly transparent.
Ah, right, okay. Ah, yes.
This one's slightly transparent as well. They're both transparent. They're not very transparent. So yes, I think basically that what we have to do now is put the power connector in. So make sure to put it on the right side with the thin nut. And this goes onto that power switch converter board. There's a little socket on there which that goes into.
Right,
Get it the right way round. And then which way round does that go? That has to go that way round, that's it. Now I must have to remove that protector.
Right. So it's showing through the.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And put these small screws in. So okay. Put the side panel on as well. So the side panel has that big cutout with the labels for all the connectors on. I shall have to come at those with a little needle. It's going to be a little fiddly job, I think, to get the paper.
Peeled.
Yeah. There's some little slot things there that seem to sort of slot into paste to make sure they line up properly. So actually going in. There you go. Wasn't quite in the right spot. It's slightly out of alignment. There you go. It's in now.
So it's got the thing over here that says, oh, I see, it goes that way up. Okay. So I was just worried that thing, the writing seemed to be upside down.
I think the writing is supposed to be vertical like that.
Okay.
And then they're saying put the silicon pads on the bottom. So these are the feet.
The feet. And that's it. And then it's
Then it says assembly complete, visit, and it gives you the URL to configure the software before you use it. So
So do you connect it via Ethernet or what?
yeah, you do.
Or presumably you can also plug it into a screen and plug a keyboard in it.
Well,
Still-
I think
Still need to get the software in.
yeah, but I think you might have to use the screen and keyboard to.
And plug it into the Ethernet as well.
To configure it, yeah.
So you seem to have a lot of
There's a bit,
spare bits,
yeah.
which I mean for the long screws was obviously
So-
a good plan.
And never actually used that. I've got a feeling I should have tightened those various things on the bottom, but they seem to be quite happy just being finger tight. So I'm hoping that the whole thing doesn't fall apart. There you go.